Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gooner Gathering. My name is Gooner Lee Meads, and this is definitely the first time I've said this evening. How you all doing? You all right? Yeah, I'm here tonight just to go through a couple of my thoughts really on the Arsenal versus Leicester game from Saturday, and yeah, let's just get straight to it, shall we? It's important to point out really that the first point of business really was David Raya back in goal for us. I think that's important. It was good to see a young chap given a chance in the cup the other week against Bolton, but Raya obviously is the one who's good. It's going to be needed in the Premier League and of course the Champions. See him there. Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, and Gabriel in the back line. So Ben White's still missing. Bukayo Saka was the captain. Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and returning to the Premier League, Leandro Trossard, who had a lot to prove after what happened at Manchester City, I felt. I'm briefly going to summarise the game really because of time and everything. I've got a lot going on here today, but one point I do want to make straight off the bat is that wasn't it nice to see Gabriel Martinelli looking a little bit more like himself? I felt for some of the last few games he had made a bit of an improvement, although some of his finishing had been questioned and some of his end product had been questioned. But and I know even in this game that he had an early chance that he normally would have finished. But wasn't it nice to see if we cast our minds back a little bit? It was Timber's cross into the penalty area from the right hand side. Martinelli just tucked it away very neatly, very calmly. And I think that's the sort of boost of confidence that Gabby needs, really. I mean, let's not forget he's a very important player for us. It's nice to see someone is watching. Let's have a look who's there. Emerson's there. Hello, mate. Emerson Cozier in the chat. It's good to see you. Yes, I've had quite a start to the stream with my microphone not working properly. My stream deck's not working, but hey, it's all fine. Everything's all going well, mate. Hope you're doing well. And with Martinelli getting a goal, I think that will boost his confidence. Like I say, and he had a part to play for the goal just before half time as well, didn't he? With Martinelli getting the cross in for Leandro Trossard to score his goal. So going into half time, looking quite comfortable at 2-0 when you think Arsenal are going to just be fine, no problem, straightforward, standard performance. Of course not. Premier League ain't like that, is it? One thing I want to credit Leicester about tonight is the fact that they showed so many guts and to get them pull themselves back into the game. It was a free kick, wasn't it? Literally right at the start of the second half. And let's just make sure I credit the right person. Bonate was the guy who played the free kick into the penalty area. James Justin, the fullback, who has had horrible time with injuries over the last number of years, gets a rare goal. To be fair, does very well to beat the defence. You could say the defenders went to sleep a little bit on that, but yeah, and perhaps they should have done better. I will credit Justin for getting his head on it and putting it away. The second goal for Leicester, I thought, was absolutely outstanding. Wilfred Ndidi gets the cross in from the left-hand side. Justin would never hit a better ball from that position on the volley in his life. It just arrowed in. People are going to say, oh, well, Calafiori should have got in there, or whoever is covering on the left-hand side. But I don't think there's any stopping that. What I admire about Arsenal and how they got through this difficult stage of the game is that, okay, they thought, right, we're going to have to pull our socks up a little bit here, and it might have taken a little while to do so. Obviously, you know, the you could say we huffed and puffed a little bit. Make sure we credit the new goalkeeper at Leicester, Hamadison, who did make a tremendous amount of saves during the whole match, and made almost impossible looking saves out there, keeping the score down. They fought to the end. I think Arsenal kept on throwing the attacking players on. Make sure we give a little bit of credit to, of course, the young sensation who's been just made his way into the first team, Ethan Nwari, who even in a very short cameo performance on for Thomas Partey, created chances just being on the pitch. It was good. Of course, Sterling had another outing as substitute. And all the attacking players, Jesus comes on quite near the end as well. It's quite nice to see all these attacking options coming. Oh, people are going to say, "What need a striker, whatever." They did bring a striker or two on, didn't they? Really? You're going to say not out and out strikers. I know, I can hear, yes, but they fought right to the end. Arsenal, like they have been doing, scoring a corner. Of course, it was Saka, wasn't it? Who? Hello, yes, you can. Of course, you can ask me a question. LUDWWWI. It's on Twitch. Hello, yes, of course you can ask me a question. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. I'll carry on talking and I'll wait for your response. Who's my favourite Arsenal player? Oh, good question. Really good question. I probably would go with. Would I go with Bergkamp or Omri? Would I just on that sort of? So I started watching. If you're new to us, welcome. It's great to have you on the stream. I started watching Arsenal round about 92, 3, somewhere around there, 93, 94, somewhere around there. So sort of on the back of George Graham's era, and then coming into Wenger's time, and to see the people like the technical players like Bergkamp, like Henry, the technical ability of Bergkamp, the pace of Henry, the way they linked up. Probably my as favourite. Sam Wilson is in the chat. Good evening to you, sir. Definitely not had any technical issues on the stream. I have your video in the back end ready to put on as well, Sam. I've got an update from the women's side to go onto the channel in a little bit as well. So, hey, you're all good. And I will answer this as well. Player that got me hooked watching Arsenal was Ian Wright. Just by his enthusiasm, the way he played the game, the way he had fun with it, that his rapport with Campbell and Merce, and just that team spirit of that sort of time. It was the one that hooked me in, and I've been an Arsenal fan since, and now I have my own YouTube channel. How cool is that, eh? So right, so we need to go back. We were talking about the goal that put us ahead. I've got to say this as well. This sort of game where I know my broadcast partner was starting to lose his mind a little bit. Bertie was kind of thinking, oh, if we drop points here and, it wouldn't be good enough and heads will have to roll and everything like that. There was never a stage in this game where I felt we weren't going to win. Now, I can't prove that to you, can I? But I'm watching it, even as it goes into injury time. I had the same sort of feeling as when we played Bournemouth and we scored that really late goal for, crikey, the guy's name's gone out of my head. The guy who's just gone, Reece Nelson. Here you go. He's just gone over to online, hasn't he? At Fulham. But Fulham is probably not right, but never mind. Yeah, I always thought we were going to pull a goal out from somewhere. It wasn't the prettiest goal of all time. Saka's corner come in. Trossard gets somewhat of a hit on it. It goes in off Ndidi. We'll take an own goal any day of the week. Lovely, lovely jubbly. So I'll just go back to the chat. I'll put the comment up here. So I'll view it here on Twitch. I'm actually an FC Bayern fan. Oh, awesome. But I love football, so just because I'm a Bayern fan doesn't mean I hate other clubs like Arsenal. No, that's cool. I've got to say we've had fans of other channels here before, representing a lot of our English clubs. I'll point you in the direction of Anfield Uncle Rod, who's been really good with us, and John Sinclair TV over in Newcastle. A couple of guys, really great guys. Albion Obsessed as well was with us a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, listen, we have all opinions, throwing around the channel. We don't always agree with us. There's several of us around on Gooner Gathering here, and we won't always have the same opinion, but we certainly respect each other's opinions, and it's a nice family friendly channel. So yeah, welcome, and it's nice to have a new name in the chat. So going from 3-2, Arsenal carry on. I think as Leicester try and put a few more bodies forward, we managed to get a fourth. It wasn't the prettiest goal again, of course. Havertz was the one who walked it in after Gabriel Jesus had his shot sort of parried by the goalkeeper. It was more or less just a walk in, really. Offside flag was up, but VAR checked it, and it was a goal. I've got to remind the fact Arsenal didn't give up. They managed to find a goal from somewhere. It was so important to do that, particularly after Manchester City obviously dropped points earlier in the day against Newcastle United. We continue our unbeaten start to the season, of course, which is great. I've got to say, the way we've started and the away games that we've played, do you know what? I don't think we could have started much better. Listen, if it might not have been for the red card against Brighton, we might have even had more points. But be that as it may, that's not the case. That's not what happened. But they managed here in a tricky fixture. Let's be fair. This is Premier League. No easy fixtures out there, and they managed to get the result. It's worth pointing out. So this is sort of leading on to the for the PSG game for tomorrow. Really, it is worth pointing out that Ricardo Calafori had been spotted in somewhat distress, a little bit of discomfort at the end of the game, and Mikel Arteta did address that in the press conference today. He has trained, which is encouraging. They did a scan on his injury. He does seem to be okay, so that's good news. Worth saying as well, Ben White is doubtful still. That's a blow, because I definitely would want Ben White to play right back every day of the week for us if he could. Let me just check. Yeah, so Ben missed out with a knee problem. So that's the situation with him. Obviously, he was. Hey, look, no worries. Look, I really appreciate you jumping in and having us on for 5 minutes or whatever. It's great to see you. Give us a follow on Twitch if you can, mate. It's all free, and hope we see you again soon. Cheers, mate. It's great to see you. Right. So we're talking about Ben. Yeah, outstanding right back for me. I have him all day if I could at right back. But if he can't play, we do have options, don't we? I'm talking to some of them options as well. Tomiyasu was out on the training pitch today. I've seen that. I also saw new signing Mikel Moreno on the footage that's still going around for Fabrizio Romano. Retweeted it. I doubt very much he's going to be involved, but it's nice to see some of the players coming back when the games are going to build up. Of course, Erdegaard's still out. Of course, we knew that. Tomiyasu, obviously, I don't think will play. Zinchenko, I haven't seen come back yet, and Tierney is still unavailable. But be that as it may, I still rather fancy our chances against a rather injury hit Paris Saint-Germain. I won't talk too much about them. I don't know enough about them really, but there was something I do want to bring up. If I can just find the quote that I want to talk about. You have to bear with me a second. Yeah, it's my Dembele. There's apparently some sort of disciplinary issue going on with the front man, and apparently is not amongst the squad. So that's something just to bear in mind and keep an eye out for. Whether that's a red herring or not, we shall see. But we do know that they've got several injuries in their camp. But again, this is Champions League. We do need to make sure we win our home games. I think that's important, decent sort of point in our first game, although it might not be spectacular. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Do you know what? It's worth remembering as well. This ain't our first visit to, or first time playing Paris Saint-Germain. About 20 odd years ago, in our run to winning the European Cup Winners' Cup, in the semi-final, we faced PSG, and of course, the late Kevin Campbell was the one who stepped in and shouldn't have even been playing. I think Merson got pulled out of the squad because of an injury, and Kevin got a great goal in Paris off his head. I think it was. It was superb header. Scored over there, so that's worth just a quick mention, of course. I will say to you is that unfortunately, because of the technical issues, it's Amazon. The game's on Amazon Prime tomorrow, so I don't think we'll be doing anything live tomorrow. We'll probably do a review later in the week, just to let you know that will be coming up. I do want to just bring up one of my colleagues from Gooner Gathering. You see his name in the chat earlier on, Sam Wilson. Sam has very kindly dropped a video for me, and I'm going to add it into the stream right now. The Arsenal ladies team had a game against Leicester on Sunday, which I just want to bring the report up now. So I will throw the floor to Sam for a couple of minutes. So I'll be back. I'll leave you with Sam. Let me just press the video.
Okay, so I've been tasked with this one again to speak about Arsenal and Leicester that was played over the weekend with the women's. Arsenal ended up winning 1-0, but the more pleasing things were the players from both teams that looked really strong. Van Domselaar had her debut. She ended up getting player of the match for 3 amazing saves towards the end to keep the score at 1-0. The Arsenal goal was scored 55 minutes in. The Leicester player gave the ball away, passed the ball back, what she thought was to the keeper, but it was to Russo. The keeper had come out to collect. Russo took the ball into a little bit of space and played a nice controlled cross over to Frida Marnham that was absolutely unbelievable for the tap-in. And honourable mentions from the Leicester side. Ruby Mace played really well, obviously at Arsenal between 2020 and 21. England international, and sure she'll be in the main England side in the future. Also Lizzie Kopp from Leicester, who, if it wasn't for her in the net, I think it would be more than 1-0. So yeah, that was a little bit of the report.
So thank you very much to Sam for dropping that. He apologises for the quick abrupt ending, but he got a call for dinner, so he had to leave it. But thank you, mate, for doing that for us. It's much appreciated. Right. A little bit more on the Paris Saint-Germain players unavailable. I think the key one for me, Donnarumma, the goalkeeper, very well known, used to play for AC Milan, is doubtful. There's a few others doubtful for Luis Enrique, Aseno and Duar are doubtful, and yeah, so there are a few issues on the Paris side. But they did get a victory against Rennes on Friday night. They won 3-1, so they're in good form. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow night about this time. Of course, I've got to say again, UK viewers, it's Amazon Prime tomorrow. I think this game and the next game, which I think will be Inter Milan, if I'm not mistaken, is on Amazon Prime. Right, so I think that is just about all I want to say for now. I just wanted to drop a quick live tonight. Just, people would normally be expecting us to do a longer program. Unfortunately, I can't really do that tonight because of family issues and stuff. Hawkwind, hello, Geese, he says. Hello, mate. It's great to have you here. I am literally about to wrap this up because I only can really do a short one tonight because I've got my dinner coming up and I'm looking after my little girl as well. So yeah, really all we've covered. We went through the Leicester game. Sam has covered the women's game against Leicester that was yesterday. We spoke briefly about Paris Saint-Germain for tomorrow. What are your thoughts, guys, who are still watching us? Are you confident against Paris Saint-Germain tomorrow? Of course, it's a home game for Arsenal, so I'd like to be confident. Again, you can always catch us. I am going to have to edit the video a little bit because of the I had an issue with the microphone at the start, but I will make it available as soon as I can. So you catch us on the catch up if you like, mate. But I'm going to say we'll go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal. How does that sound to you guys? I think that'll just top up our Champions League tally just nicely. Hawkwind's going to go for a 3-0 to Arsenal. I'll take any win that we can possibly get. Of course, bear in mind it's Southampton, I think, in the Premier League on Saturday as well. So listen, I'm going to head out of here for now because I am going to have the leftover roast chicken that we had for dinner yesterday. So look, if you like what we do on Gooner Gathering, we normally would do longer videos than this, but unfortunately can't do that today. Let me just make sure. There's our Twitch page. We've seen a new visitor come and join us. You can find us over there, which we're broadcasting on there tonight. So it's twitch.tv/Gooner Gathering. They're all our lovely people on our team. Of course, you can find me at Goonerly Meads on X. You can also find us all at Gooner Gathering. I'm just going to see there's one more comment up there. And he says, cheers, geese. Oh, I must be really hip. Thank you, mate. I appreciate your kind words. Always nice to have you around with us. So, guys, I am going to head out now. I might go live very briefly tomorrow evening when the team's up. We might have a little discussion about what we think of the team news. All right, guys. But until then, look after yourselves. Come on the Arsenal, and we'll see you next time. Cheers for watching.